The AI world is constantly evolving, and new tools and new versions of existing tools keep popping up, and honestly, I couldn't be more excited. I think this is just the beginning. I do have my reservations, but overall, I think we are entering a pretty exciting era, and we will see more positive things come out of it than bad ones. Hopefully. And if you are a graphic designer, you for sure have heard the news that Adobe entered the game with its Firefly app. For now, it is in beta mode, but Firefly is quite promising because it's going to do things that other tools cannot do or aren't even mentioning yet, such as text to vectors, which is probably the one I am most excited about. So I got access to a couple of their tools, and today we are going to see what Adobe Firefly is capable of so far. Very important thing to mention, it was one of the main terms when you accept to join, is that Firefly is for non-commercial use only while in beta. But I'm going to share my screen and we are going to test Adobe's text to image tool and the text effects one. I haven't tried the text to image one just because, let's face it, there are a bunch of options out there, really good ones. I love midjourney, so I'm not super curious about it. I did try the text effect for a phrase, but that was it. I didn't really play around with it because I wanted to save it for this video, but I can say that it is quite impressive. And one last thing I want to say before we jump into it is that I think this is a really smart move from Adobe. Like, a lot of their users, are designers, illustrators, just artists in general. So I think it's really great that Adobe kind of joined in instead of going against it. So let's see what we can expect from Adobe Firefly. So this is Adobe Firefly. Here you can see beta. So the only two tools that I have access to, the only two functionalities are text to image and text effects. But as you can see here, we are going to have recoloring of vectors, which I'm not quite sure how this is relevant. We can do that very easily, on Illustrator, for example. And here we have some, inspiration, things that have been generated with Adobe Firefly. And here we have the upcoming functionalities. So in painting, we have some other tools that can do that, personalized results. So this means that you can generate your own AI, train your own AI. Text to vector, I am so excited about this one. You guys would not believe it. I cannot wait for this to be released. Extend image, we have seen this before. 3D to image, I do think there are a couple of tools that do that already, but this should be exciting. Text to pattern, text to brush, sketch to image, also super exciting, and text to template. This one, I'm really curious about this one. Starting with text to image, like I said, I haven't tried this one yet, only the text effects, but let's start with this one. I don't know how to generate prompts here. I'm going to maybe check a couple of images here, like for example, this one, just to see what it is that people create a beautiful, okay. Because as you guys probably know, if you're interested in AI, each of these tools, they take prompts differently. So for example, in midjourney, it's just like a bunch of keywords, at least with midjourney version 4. So I'm really curious to see how Adobe understands prompts. So let's do something really simple, like wooden table, and it generates 4 automatically. So I couldn't really choose the amount of images I wanted. Okay, maybe I have to add realistic or something. No. Okay, so let's see here. Aspect ratio, this is really cool that we can change it here. Portrait, let's see. Okay, so these, they don't look amazing and they don't really look realistic, but I see here that it's selected, art is selected here. So let's try photo. Okay, so photo, much better. I really like this one. And then we can see here styles. So we can change the styles. This is something that it's really nice because usually, for example, with midjourney, which is the one I use the most, you have to keep generating again and again if you want to change the style, change the aspect ratio. So this is really nice. Vector look, I really like this one here. Color and tone, let's see. Vibrant color, what does it do? Okay, so this color and tone doesn't seem to be working, or do we have to generate again? I think we have to generate again, maybe. Lighting. So Dramatic lighting. Okay, I think we're gonna have to generate again here. Composition, close up. Let's see if we generate what's going to happen. Couple of things changed, but not that much. I do like the images though. Let's see something else. A lion cub staring at the camera. Okay, you know what? Let's do bee because I like bees. Fuzzy bee. Prompt is too short. I think it's still going to generate, but I just think it's giving me some advice like, okay, these are really nice. I like this. Yeah, this is really beautiful. Only pink rose. Let's change the lighting here. Golden hour. Color and tone. Pastel colors. Let's see. Okay, so this is really beautiful, right? I really like it. How can I? I think I cannot save it. So that's how do I even save it? I don't think I can save it. Okay, I can save it here. Promoting transparency in AI. Okay. Okay, so the resolution is not amazing, but I mean the photo is really great. I really love it. It's realistic. I like the colors, so that's really nice. But I really want to try now a more descriptive prompt, longer prompt. So let me just copy something from my Midjourney server. Let's see how it does with a prompt that I gave Midjourney in the past. I removed all the properties here. I want to see if it can understand the ones I added here, like historic photo, ultra realistic. Okay, I like that. I see like things I don't love about it. I think maybe here we can remove the wide angle lens because we have here wide angle. Okay, like nice. Not as good as Midjourney with this prompt, but really good nonetheless. Okay, this is really interesting. I do want to play around with it. Let's change the aspect ratio to see. Okay, yeah, I like this. I don't know if it's just me, but it doesn't look like super realistic, but it looks nice. I really like this. I'm gonna explore it a little bit more, give it different prompts, understand how to write my prompts here. But from what I've seen other people do and what we just saw here, it works with like straight prompts, like historic photo of Irish cliff, on a stormy day or something like that, just to see if something changes. So yeah, this is definitely something to explore. So now let's go back to the homepage and try the text effects. So basically what this does is you can write a word, a phrase, or just maybe a letter and say what you want it to look like. Like if that makes sense, I don't know if I think it's better to exemplify. So this is what other people created. And so it's basically giving textures to letters, to phrases, anything like that. So we can enter the text here. I'm gonna do something really simple. So let's do, I don't know why I have bees in my head today, but bee. Describe the text effect. So stripes. I don't know. Let's generate and see what it does. Okay, yeah. So here we have a few options. Pile texture. You guys like get what this is supposed to do. So it's basically adding texture to some letter, some text. They have here some sample effects, and then we can change the text effect fit. Okay, so I think it's gonna like go over the letter, which is really nice. Let's see how that's going to look. We can change the font. I don't think they have all Adobe fonts here. I'm going to, okay, so you see like this loose option, it kind of expands the texture. This one is really nice. Font. So here we just have a few fonts to work with. I don't love them. So I hope in the future, they are going to give us access to the Adobe Fonts library. That would be really, really cool. And here we can change background color and text color, but I don't see how text color would be relevant here in this case. Let's just see this green one, how that's going to look. Okay, yeah, so not much changed, but this is really interesting. I think this is one of the coolest features so far that I've seen. I've seen like videos of people that have access to other functionalities of Adobe Firefly. This is definitely one of the coolest because if you're familiar with AI, you know that most technologies out there don't really do well with text. Like Midjourney is terrible at text, even its new version. So this is really interesting. I think it's still going to evolve quite a lot. So let's do one last test here. Let's do just an M for Mayara. Okay, it looks nice, it understands. So yeah, this is definitely something to explore. I can definitely see this being used, you know, for, I don't know, marketing campaigns, that kind of stuff. So yeah, this feature is really, really cool. I'm really excited to have access to more. Let me know in the comments if you have access to it, if you have tried it out, or if you like what you saw in this video. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Consider subscribing to the channel. We have a bunch of design content here and, you know, some AI here and there because I'm fascinated by this world. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.